Hello and welcome to another episode of the Flashback Cartoon Hour. I'm your loving bald host with the most from coast to coast, Nick Retroman Lascola. And joining me on this fantastic episode is the one, the only, the Harry Kakarot.
It's your boy, Santi.
Welcome back, Santi. And to all the new listeners, we are a podcast about watching, rating, and reviewing different cartoons. We cover anything and everything 20 years or older. And so almost about 15 years of friendship, and I have been dying for this kid to finally finish Dragon Ball. And he did it. I'm so proud of him. I'm like a proud little papa. Like I was saying to Santi earlier, this is probably how he felt when I finally finished Naruto Shippuden, or when I finally, and this actually happened more recently, caught up with One Piece. I'm already behind again, by the way.
That's fine. I mean, I was more for like Naruto. I didn't really have to push you with,
Yeah.
but One Piece took you forever to catch up. But I totally understand like the feeling. But first of all, it didn't take me 15 years.
No, that's just a
to
friendship.
finish it.
Yeah, it was just a friendship.
Yeah, I started it. We started last year, or did I start this year? It's the end of 25, so
I'd say about a year.
Yeah.
And what do you think so far? Great?
So far, I mean, I finished it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we'll get into that later.
Yeah,
But
true.
it was better than I thought.
Fun fact, though, in with the manga, it's only been Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z wasn't actually, there was no split. It was Dragon Ball the whole way through.
Oh, yeah, same thing with Naruto.
Yeah. There was no Shippuden?
No, yeah, it was just Naruto, because like when you start Shippuden, it's like it's a volume 21 or whatever. Because I think it was like the first OG series was 20 volumes.
Yeah, I showed you I have the final book of Naruto, right? Where it's Sasuke with the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they show
I lied. I
Kakashi's
think it's 20 something.
I want to say that's like
it's in the 20s.
Yeah.
It's not 20 though.
But let's dive right into it. Dragon Ball is a Japanese anime television series produced by Toei Animation.
Far away, in an enchanted land that seemed untouched by the steady march of time, there lived an old master named Gohan, who found a baby boy abandoned in the wilderness of the region. The old master raised the boy as his own child, and marveled as the youngster grew and became uncommonly strong. Now the boy, known as Goku, is on his own and has become the sole guardian of his grandfather's most mystical possession, his Dragon Ball.
It aired for 153 episodes from February 26, 1986 to April 19, 1989 on Fuji TV.
The series is based on a 1984 manga of the same name created by the late, great Akira Toriyama, who had recently passed away on March 1st of 2024.
R.I.P. I cried. It was like a part of my childhood literally died, man. Yeah, that hurt.
I DM'd Nick and I was like, Naruto's better.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Great.
R.I.P.
Dragon Ball is regarded as one of the most influential manga series ever. It has inspired numerous manga artists, including Ichiro Oda from One Piece, Masashi Kishimoto from Naruto, Yoshihiro Togashi. I am so sorry, guys. Let me try that again. Yoshihiro Togashi from Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, and Tite Kubo from Bleach. I almost said tit.
I thought you were going to add to that. The plot of Dragon Ball essentially follows the story of Son Goku, a super strong monkey-tailed boy who lives alone in the mountains until he meets Bulma, a teenage inventor searching for the 7 Dragon Balls, mystical orbs that summon a dragon capable of granting any single wish. Together, they embark on a globe-spanning adventure filled with martial arts, comedy, and bizarre characters. And that was well written. I like that.
Thank you.
You're getting better with your no run-on sentences. You could have lied to me.
I could never lie to you. Toriyama was inspired by Hong Kong martial arts films such as Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon from 1973 and Jackie Chan's Drunken Master from 1978. He was particularly influenced by the fight scenes in Jackie Chan movies, and he said he would never have come up with Dragon Ball if he had not watched Drunken Master, which he enjoyed partly due to its light-hearted tone. This led to the two-part Dragon Boy published in August and October of 1983 of the issue of Fresh Jump. It follows a boy adept at martial arts who escorts a princess on a journey back to her home country. Dragon Boy was very well received and eventually would evolve into the serial Dragon Ball. And you can kind of see that with the plots being similar.
Is like Fresh Jump the predecessor of Shonen
That
Jump?
I definitely should have looked up. I don't know. There's a few different Jump magazines and titles,
okay.
but I would assume that it's got to be intertwined in
Maybe
there
like a
somewhere.
father magazine to Shonen Jump, you know. The plot of the characters of Dragon Ball were loosely modeled on the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West, with Goku being Sun Wukong, Son Goku in Japanese, and Bulma as Tang Sanzang, maybe. Oolong.
I think it was close. That was good.
Oolong as Zhu Beige. Might have botched that. And Yamcha being Sha Wuxing. Should have practiced names before we started. That's okay. Toriyama wanted to create a story with the basic theme of Journey to the West, but with a little kung fu, by combining the novel with elements from those previously mentioned films of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, the GOATs.
There were two separate attempts to bring Kid Goku's adventures to American audiences before the successful Toonami relaunch of the Funimation dub, which aired on August 20th, 2001. First was the Harmony Gold dub, also known by the fans as the Lost version. This was the first attempt to bring Dragon Ball to the West. This version aired on select WB affiliate stations in 1995.
Good year.
Character names were completely changed, such as Goku becoming Zero, Bulma becoming Lena, which is my grandmother's name, Oolong becoming Mao Mao, don't like that, Kame, aka Roshi, becoming Master Roshi, or Whiskers the Wonder Cat. And I looked that up. That's actually true. They called him Whiskers the Wonder Cat, which is fucking stupid. The opening theme was replaced with a bizarre soft pop song. Only 2 movies and a handful of episodes were dubbed, then abandoned. The dub was so rare that for years fans weren't even sure if it existed. This version tried to sanitize the show so heavily that it barely resembled Toriyama's original.
Whoa.
Because for those, and there's going to be a lot of spoilers in here, and this isn't really a spoiler, but there's quite a lot of nudity in Dragon Ball, and it's just because, like, in Japanese culture, they're more free and open, in European culture too.
Not a lot, but more than I thought there'd be.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised. The first arc, a lot of little Goku 6-year-old penis.
Yeah.
Was not. I was like, whoa.
But
no
you have
wonder
to
why
remember,
Nick likes this show.
No, but in their culture, you sick fuck. Don't ruin this for me. But in Japanese culture, like, they go to bathhouses, right?
No,
you know what I mean? Like, open nudity.
Just wasn't
is
expecting to see little boy penis in an anime, but it was the 80s. Everyone was doing it.
Yeah, that's because you watch it in non-anime style.
All right, their second attempt was the Funimation dub. Funimation's early work on Dragon Ball, the Kid Goku series, went through 2 major phases. The 1995 to 1996 Syndicate run, the one that failed, and the 2001 Toonami relaunch, the one that succeeded. Yeah, makes sense. The 95 syndicated run was Funimation's first real attempt to bring Dragon Ball to American TV. Only 13 episodes were dubbed by BLT Productions, who handled the voice acting and production. The series was heavily censored to meet strict children's TV standards and aired in inconsistent times on random local stations. There was no real marketing push, so most kids didn't know it existed. This version didn't catch on, and the project was shelved. It sounds about right. Yeah.
After Dragon Ball Z exploded in popularity on Toonami, Funimation realized they needed to revisit the original series, but this time with Funimation's Texas-based cast, Sean Schemmel, Tiffany Vollmer, Sonny Strait, basically the people who were like well known on Toonami for voicing the characters of Dragon Ball Z when it was airing.
You know their names. Now see the show that started it all. Earth's mightiest warriors, only smaller. Dragon Ball. Weekdays at 5:30.
Master Roshi, get off the toilet!
I said hold on!
You're stinky.
They're so cute at that age. Only Toonami.
The dialogue became more faithful to Toriyama's original tone, and censorship was lighter thanks to Toonami's older target audience. Broadcasts were more consistent with daily or weekly time slots, and promos were hype-driven, giving the show a sense of importance. Not to mention, this time around, Funimation had a built-in DBZ fanbase eager to see Goku's origins. This is when Dragon Ball finally became a mainstream hit in the US. And I remember when this happened because I remember when they first showed the very first trailer of Dragon Ball, and I had just finished Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, what? Kid Goku? I can't believe they just made this after, like, I literally thought they made Dragon Ball after.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Like the animation and everything. Like I thought all that was made after Dragon Ball Z.
So 01, I was 6, so you were 8. Little 8-year-old Nicky Poo.
Yep. In the basement. I do remember though, like I remember it was on every day around like 5 or 6 o'clock. It must have been on Toonami.
AM?
No, PM, because Toonami was a daily thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Back
Before
when Tom was like tiny.
Yeah, before it became like a only on Saturday nights kind of thing, which I was pissed. I think that happened right around when Naruto kicked in.
No.
Because Naruto was
05.
weekly.
05. Naruto was 05.
Yeah, I'm saying when they stopped being, when Toonami stopped being a daily and became a weekly.
Yeah. Saturday nights, dude, at late.
Yeah, but when I remember when Dragon Ball Z was airing, it was an every single day kind of thing.
Oh, dude, I wish. All right, so now we're going to talk about the arcs. The first arc is Emperor Pilaf saga. First of all, the names in this show, or at least in the, well, I didn't read the manga, so I don't know if he's called Emperor Pilaf. He must have been really hungry when he made these characters.
Yeah, so, well, you have to remember, so Akira Toriyama created Dr. Slump
That's right.
like 6 months before Dragon Ball came out, and that was a phenomenal hit. And he already wanted out of that, but Dr. Slump is mainly a comedic anime and manga.
You showed me the crossover episode.
Yeah, and we'll go into that in a little bit too, because I think it kind of brings up where it says General Blue Saga, where I think it kind of like helps that saga along a little bit. But again, so he was very into like wordplay and jokes, and in like you have to remember too, in Japan, the way that their words sounded different. That's why like Kakarot's like kind of like a carrot. Vegeta is supposed to be vegetable. Bulma, brief, is supposed to be like an underwear joke. Just why that's like her son Trunks is named.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, so everybody's name is a play off of something. Piccolo is supposed to be either a pickle, that's why he's green, or like the instrument piccolo. And even during the arc, when he was making all of his minions, it was like tambourine. Drums, cymbal.
So yeah, I thought it was cool to see Goku have his first little power up with the monkey tail, full moon, blah blah blah, and Okay, what I was surprised when I first saw it with Nick, because when I saw the trailers when I was a kid, I really thought it would take them way longer to find the Dragon Balls. So I was kind of like upset.
That it happened so quickly?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I thought it was going to be like the whole show. They're looking for these things. They find it like 3 times.
So
I was like, damn.
Yeah, but,
yeah, it's because Bulma's like the only...
She's the only one
that invented this thing.
The Dragon Radar. Emperor Pilaf Saga, I have mixed feelings for it because I feel like every anime kind of goes through this where that first arc is just a little rough to get through. You know, you have the Emperor Pilaf saga here. You have the first few episodes of Naruto were a little rough.
Yeah.
Even One Piece was a little rough before he really started picking up everybody.
It seemed like all of the old classic anime is very childish. The jokes.
Yeah, it was kind of like Gather the Gang, Meet the Gang kind of stuff. A few like highlights I will give it is we get to meet Yamcha. He's the only one who gives Goku a run for his money.
True, yeah. No,
Beats
he was
his fucking ass.
Yeah, and he's like a desert bandit or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So that was kind of cool. Like the Wolf Fang.
Yeah.
Wolf Fist or whatever.
Wolf Fang Fist.
Yeah.
You're not the only one with special powers, kid. Watch this. Wolf Fang Fist!
Yep, great. It was like actually
Wolf.
that's our first special move we see in the series.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
No Kamehameha?
Nope, not yet.
Well, I thought Roshi did it to show Goku.
No, that's later. So they meet.
Are you a Dragon Ball fan or something?
They meet Roshi along the way because they're still looking for the Dragon Balls.
Yeah,
and they like will re-meet Roshi in a little bit after that. But so you have Yamcha. You meet Oolong, the pervy pig who can change form. He's kind of dumb. Puar's kind of dumb as
the blue cat thing.
Yeah, Yamcha's best friend.
I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, that's what I did.
Jesus. So the Pilaf gang is basically Emperor Pilaf is like the short little imp. He's got his 2 bumbling henchmen, or one's a woman, Mai, and the other one's like a little fox dude. And they want to gather the Dragon Balls themselves and rule the world.
Take over the world.
And, you know, with the Pilaf arc, it gets a lot better at the end. Like, once they get captured, you do meet Roshi. He teaches Goku the Kamehameha. Goku only has to watch it once. You meet Chi-Chi along the way while they're gathering the Dragon Balls.
And you don't see her for like the rest of the series, basically.
And with Chi-Chi, when that happens, you know, she basically forces Goku to agree to marry her one day.
And then Goku pats her on her vachim.
And you find out that like her dad is the Ox King, who's a former student of Master Roshi's, along with Goku's grandpa Gohan. Because so with the start of it all, Goku was a kid in the woods with a monkey tail, just living on his own. Bulma runs into him, explains to him what the Dragon Balls are, and he like explains, oh, you know, my grandpa, I was living out here with him, he died, now I'm out here on my own, just kind of doing my thing. But Bulma finds out that like Goku's fucking ridiculously strong for like a little 12-year-old boy.
I thought he was 6.
No, he's 12.
12-year-old penis, sorry.
And so they agree, they go on their adventure. That's where they start meeting like Yamcha, Oolong. And, you know, these people are kind of like reluctant. It's not necessarily the talk no jutsu, but it's like Yamcha was the villain that becomes a friend.
Yeah.
Oolong was like, You could kind of call him a villain because he was kidnapping women, becomes the friend.
What, the pig was?
Yeah, he was kidnapping women. But the one cool thing about the peel-off arc is when they're stuck in the castle and Goku becomes the giant Uzaru monkey gorilla person when he looks at the full moon. And you find out that in order to stop that, like, you have to cut his tail off. And he almost killed Yamcha and Bulma in the process. But he basically, he did that to the Pilaf gang. And so after that, it really stops with Oolong making the wish for a pair of women's panties to stop the Pilaf gang from ruling the world. Jokey. The fight scenes aren't that great. The arc isn't that good. But once we get to the second arc, things start picking up a little bit.
Yeah, the tournament saga. This is kind of what Nick was waiting for me to watch, because it's like, it's martial arts, and I'm like, yeah, not really getting that vibe. But the tournament arc was really where they pop off, and like
a little bit slightly before it too, because Goku kind of says goodbye to everybody
when he fights Yamcha. Their close combat was kind of,
that's like the best fight of the first arc, saga. And so he says goodbye to everybody, and he's like, I'm gonna go train with Master Roshi. Or I'm gonna get him to train.
Dude, we meet our boy Krillin, dude.
You're the great Master Roshi, right?
People tell me that.
Master, my name's Krillin, and I've come all the way from a village in the east. Please allow me to be your humble student and learn to fight like you.
Love Krillin. He's really the first one to really like...
I fucking love Krillin, especially in Dragon Ball, dude. And now that you know about Krillin and you love him, dude, wait until Dragon Ball Z, because he is a fucking G. I'm telling you, he gets even cooler.
I know. I've seen some episodes.
But you never knew like the character development of like what happened.
He's like wearing like a fucking sharp suit with like a hat.
That's one thing you gotta give Toriyama though, is when they're not in their fighting gis and shit, like they have drip upon drip upon
out,
drip, dude.
My boy's dripped out. Nah, Krillin's the man, dude, making funny jokes. He's as perverted as Roshi, but I won't hold that against him because he's actually going through puberty.
Yeah.
But he really he becomes Goku's like really first like best friend. I like seeing them train together.
Started off as rivals. He was running away from another martial arts training group that were all bullying him, and so he went to Master Roshi.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And they'll come back later in the tournament. But there's some, with this first tournament, there's a lot of goofiness still in with the show. But we're starting to see the fights kind of pick up pace. We're starting to get a few more serious fighters in there.
I was gonna say wasn't there like
there was Nam who needed water for his village.
Oh yeah, but there was like the Wolfman and like some fucking dinosaur pterodactyl thing, right?
So the Wolfman's not until the next one. And I will go into him, but the pterodactyl, you're right. Okay, he was like kind of a bully.
He was like their biggest threat in that. I was like, all right. Wait, Yamcha was in there, right?
Yamcha was in there.
Yamcha was
Roshi
in there.
as Jackie Chun.
Yeah.
Was in there. Goku was in there. Krillin was in there. Who else?
It's really everyone important.
I feel like I'm missing somebody though. Oh, the Bacterian, the fat dude.
We're not going to talk about him, dude.
Yeah, but like
he's a gag character.
He is a gag character.
Krillin, you can't smell him. You don't have a nose.
But he was Krillin's only like real fight in that.
Doing my boy dirty, literally.
Dude was a menace. So that was a good arc, and that kind of got the ball rolling. Now things are starting to get a little bit more serious, and you're seeing like their training with Master Roshi really pay off, because he had them wearing these like turtle shells, running to do like almost kind of like in a Mr. Miyagi type of like go do everyday shit, but like once you're done with it, you're gonna realize like just how powerful you are. And Roshi joins the tournament so that like to humble his students, because he's like, I know my students are going to do well, but if they do well and they make it all the way through this tournament, like, they're not going to be able to push themselves further because they're just going to think they're on the top of the hill. Did you have a favorite fight of that first tournament, would you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have a...
Probably Jackie Chun versus Goku.
It was nice to see. Yeah.
Because he becomes the ape again, and we see Roshi from the planet Earth has to blow up the moon. And that's gonna come into play with the Wolfman guy that you were talking about in the second tournament. Is during their fight, it's in the middle of the night. Goku becomes the ape again, and Master Roshi literally not cuts the moon in half. I mean, fucking obliterates.
There's nothing there! The sky! It's been de-mooned! It's gone! Well, with the moon destroyed, it can't possibly get full again, so Goku won't turn into a big ape. Sometimes I'm so clever it amazes even me.
Naruto could have done that too. He was smart and knew that the moon was needed for Earth. So
my guys. My guys have no
Roshi he doomed the planet. Roshi's a bastard. He's a moon killer.
Literally,
he
dude,
doomed the planet.
So much so that like it comes back to bite him in the next time they go to another tournament.
All right, so go fuck yourself, Roshi.
And like, how do you're not thinking about the oceans and like how is none of that affected by like the moon not being in orbit anymore?
Terrible master.
Fucking
worst turtle. Couldn't even compete with Donatello. Keep that on there. Whew. Giving Commander Zhao a run for his money.
Zhao, that's fucking
Avatar. He tried to destroy the moon.
Oh yeah.
He did at one point.
Yeah,
he did at one point. Yeah.
When you're right, you're not left. But yeah, so the first tournament's great. Goku loses.
Yeah, that's right.
Because again,
Goku
I said
gets
sport.
humbled.
Yeah. And he needed it, but he loses, and Master Roshi becomes the World Martial Art Tournament winner.
The next arc, my least favorite arc, Red Ribbon Army.
And they kind of like split this, and this wasn't me who did this in the notes. This was like, I looked it up.
Let's just group it as a whole, though.
I was thinking about it, but we kind of do have to split it up in this kind of way.
Dude.
Because when you think about it, so we start off with the Red Ribbon Army. Goku's on the, basically on the hunt for his grandfather's 4-star Dragon Ball that he gave him. He wants that back now that the tournament's all over and everything. All of a sudden, there's this evil, basically wannabe Nazis that are trying to take over the entire planet, and they want to get every single Dragon Ball throughout the entire planet and use it for nefarious reasons, if you will. But to split this up, the first part of the Red Ribbon Army is really, it takes place in like the snow area with Muscle Tower, and kind of like Enter the Dragon, Goku has to go into the building and then fight floor after floor after floor after floor of all these different villains. And so that's like the first part of the Red Ribbon Army saga, and he makes a few...
isn't that when he fights the vampire or some shit?
He fights a few different people.
Monsters?
No. That's later. That's Fortune Teller Baba.
Oh.
With the Red Ribbon Army, he fights the ninja. He fights Metallotron, the giant robot.
And doesn't he fight like the first android? You were like freaking out about.
Android 8. Yeah. Well, they become friends.
I know.
Android 8's a pacifist.
I know, but you're like, dude, it's the first android Dragon Ball. They're important.
Because he is important, but when Dragon Ball Z comes around, you'll find out. Because the Red Ribbon Army comes back.
In Z? Well, the arc better be better.
In Z and in Super. They're fucking,
Super 2?
They're hard to...
Dude, come on, guys. What are they doing? Tying bows, tying ribbons.
Okay.
Worst ribbon I've ever tied.
But so that's like the first half. He fights Commander Silver, then Commander
Nick hated,
White.
Nick hated the gay commander.
And actually, he was one of my favorites. I had the action figure of him. So that's where the next portion of the Red Ribbon Army saga happens. And this is General Blue, and who is very flamboyant. But General Blue was like, he was like the first problem with the Red Ribbon Army, because up until this point, like, Goku was just dog walking everybody. Anyone with, like, it was just guys with machine guns or like airplanes and shit. And Goku, this was like nothing for him. He was plowing through them all. General Blue, though, has psychic abilities, and that was an issue for a while. And he was kind of strong, but not really strong. One thing about the General Blue arc I do like is that when we had mentioned earlier where Goku teams up with Aurelie from Dr. Slump, this happens during the General Blue saga because they team up to fight General Blue. And I think they even remake it as a movie, too.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm called Goku.
My name is Aurelie, and this is Gatchin 1 and 2. Yay, yay, yay!
Wow, what strange little birds.
Would you like to come play with us for a while?
That sounds like a lot of fun, but I can't right now. I have to find the Dragon Balls.
Oh, and what is a Dragon Balls?
And that's really the best part about General Blue. It's not until the very end of General Blue where Commander Red isn't happy with General Blue not gathering all the Dragon Balls. He gathered a couple of them, but he was like, oh, fuck you, I got this other guy now. And then our boy, one of the ones I'm going to vote for MVP of the series of villains, Mercenary Tao, a.k.a. Tao Pai Pai. And I'm going to let you go in and tell the listeners what your opinion is, because all the listeners who are Dragon Ball fans probably have the exact same opinion that you do.
I forgot he came in during this arc. He's probably the best part of this arc.
100%.
Dude, dude. I forget if we were on the phone or if we were next to each other when I first saw him. I think I was here watching with you when I first saw him fucking like chop a pillar, go to throw it, and dude just hops on. And I'm like, whoa, what is he doing, dude? And he's like, dude, that's how he travels. I'm like, that's fucking sick. I love it.
Dude, it was so great. He's like,
what a fucking G, dude.
300 miles away, you say?
And he just stands on there just like,
all prim and proper, hands behind his back, dude.
He's the man, dude.
And he fucking kills General Blue, who's been an issue. He fought both Aurelie and Goku. And again, he has psychic abilities. This dude fucking kills him with just his tongue. Hits him, boom, square in his temple, and kills General Blue.
Tongue?
With his tongue, bro. That's how General Blue dies.
So you're the world-famous assassin, the one they call Mercenary Tao.
Do you want my autograph?
Well, aren't you amusing? I suppose I'll have to put an end to your arrogance.
I don't work for free. This will cost you. Understand?
That's fine. Let's get on with the show.
You should have a weapon handy, just in case.
I won't even need my hands and feet. I'll just use my tongue to beat you.
I wouldn't count on it.
He's like, I'm not going to let you take over for me. And Commander Red's like, oh, you two handle it. And Mercenary Tao's just like, I'm the greatest assassin
lick
on
your
this
forehead.
planet. He's like, all I need to kill you is my tongue.
Oh, they licked the mic.
And like General Blue got wicked pissed. He's like, nuh-uh, dude, no. And then, boom, he got hit in the temple. And that motherfucker went down like Frasier.
Great fucking villain. Honestly, at that point was my favorite villain because I didn't like the villains up to that point.
Yeah. He's the first real serious villain. Because, again, they all had like a goofy connotation to him. General Blue, all of them were like still, they could be menacing, but they were still goofy, whereas this guy came in and he was a fucking problem.
He
kills Blue, then he kills the Indian boy's father.
That's right.
And then he beats the fuck out of Goku. Goku loses.
Yeah.
Straight up. Goku
that fight was sick.
So what happens is Goku, being still on the search for his grandpa's Dragon Ball, ends up meeting a little Native American boy. Though I don't know what part of like where they're native, but they very much are
native Japanese.
Yeah, but feathers is all I'm saying.
All right.
Upa becomes friends with Goku. Tao shows up and beats the shit out of Goku and kills the dad. So now it was cool because like you still need the Dragon Balls, you still need them to be relevant because it's becoming more of a fighting show at this point, but like you still need the Dragon Balls to be relevant, right? The show's called Dragon Ball and you can't just make it the tournament, right?
I wouldn't mind if they did.
Oh yeah.
I will say at this point of the series I'm still like, dude, fuck this show, fuck Goku. I'm only watching it to do this episode and to make Nick happy. But I will say well, I thought it was the next saga, but I was wrong. But
Well,
I didn't mind the training saga.
Yeah, but so yeah.
Does who's the fat guy that's like Urameshi? Goku.
That's that's Piccolo.
Oh.
So where we are right now in the story is that Goku lost, Upa's dad died. Goku has to climb up Korin's tower and train with Korin, who was a master who trained Master Roshi. Master Roshi did this exact same thing. It's like a never-ending tower that Goku has to climb for like, I think it's like 7 days straight or something. But at the top of the tower is supposed to be like a mystic water that's going to make him more powerful. And when he gets up there, he finds the cat, and the cat's basically making him avoid the water. And then, wouldn't you guess it? There was no water. That was the training. I just trained you. You're now more powerful. Go.
You are water.
Go and be free. Take my teachings with you.
Korin, I don't get it. I don't feel any different than I did before.
That's natural. You feel exactly as you should after drinking tap water.
What? Tap water? But it's supposed to be special.
Yeah, well, not really. See, you gain strength by working hard to get that bottle. Climbing up and down the tower increased your endurance. Learning to anticipate my actions sharpened your mind, and taking that bottle away from me increased your speed. So see, you've tripled your strength since you arrived all by yourself.
I'm ready!
Goku goes back down, and now it's round 2 with Mercenary Tao, and it's a different type of fight. It's really well animated. It's a good fight. I'm a little upset with how it ended because all Goku really did was just kick a grenade into Mercenary Tao's face that exploded.
It's still pretty cool.
I mean, the fact that Mercenary Tao tried to throw a grenade at a 12-year-old little boy is fucking
Goku deserved it, dude. He's a piece of shit. Nah, but I will say the fight scenes, the serious fight scenes in the show, I thought were, again, because I'm going in this series with low expectations, so every time they surprised me, I was like, oh, word, let's go. I wish it was like that every episode, but...
yeah, like when Tao beat the shit out of Goku.
Yeah.
And then you found out, because like Goku kind of has the Kamehameha, but it's not like the Kamehameha we know. It's not that powerful yet. And then this motherfucker just pulls out the Dodon Ray and then hits Goku square in the chest, and Goku would have died. Let's make that clear. Like, Goku should have been dead. If Goku didn't have that Dragon Ball protecting his heart,
true,
he would have been dead. But that now, because that protected him, he was able to go up, train, come down, and then round 2, where he fights and wins against Mercenary Tao. Now, we go into the final act of the Red Ribbon Army, which is really Goku storms the home base. And this is a cool scene. I know it's Goku versus just a bunch of normal people with guns, but he goes and he destroys they kind of allude that Goku kills everybody on this base because like you really don't see them escaping. Goku just shows up and fucks everybody's day up. The last two standing are Commander Red and Staff Sergeant Black, I think it is. And you find out that the whole reason why the Red Ribbon Army has been doing all of this is that Commander Red is a short little dude and he wanted to make a wish to become taller. And his right-hand man was like, are you fucking serious? That's why we're doing this? That's why we've been doing this? That's why we've been using all of our resources, killing thousands of people, and it's just because you want to wish yourself taller? And it was a cool little twist for an arc that wasn't that great, where he just turns around and then shoots Commander Red in the head. And then he gets in a robot and has a big fight with Goku. Goku, once again, wins. And at this point now, the Red Ribbon Army base is destroyed, but Upa's dad is still dead.
Oh.
So now what happens is they need to locate the final and 7th Dragon Ball, but they don't know where Bulma is. They don't know how to get the final Dragon Ball. They don't know how to get anywhere. So they find out about this woman, fortune teller Baba, who will be able to let them locate the final Dragon Ball that they need to wish back Upa's dad. And this is where basically a mini tournament arc happens. And it's kind of got a few cool fighters, but not all of them are cool.
It was mostly monsters.
Yeah, it was monsters, like universal monsters. Yeah, the game. So it's Yamcha, Krillin, and Goku, Upa, and Puar. And they're looking to... Puar is the little cat dude.
Oh my god. Let's not count him.
Well, they have to, because remember, Upa, Puar, and I think Oolong team up to fight one of them.
Yeah, I barely remember this arc. That's why Nick's doing most of the talking, because this arc didn't grab me.
This arc was... basically, Fortune Teller Baba is Master Roshi's sister.
Yeah.
And she knows where the final ball is, but she's like, I need you to fight my strongest fighters if you want to know the location. And so they're like, all right, bet. And it's a little bit harder than they expect. Krillin gets taken out pretty quickly, which is it's a negative for this arc. I agree with you, but Krillin gets taken out pretty damn quickly when the vampire comes out and bites him square in the head, and he loses a lot of blood. So he loses his fight.
My boy.
Next, Yamcha comes out, and Yamcha fights the Invisible Man, and he's losing. And we get to really kind of see Krillin is the strategist. Krillin comes up with game plans on the fly really well. And he's like, oh shit, we're going to fucking lose this if I don't do something quickly. So he tells the rest of the gang, go and get Bulma. And they do. They go travel quickly, get Bulma, bring her back to do you remember this? Bring her back to the arena that they're fighting in, and Yamcha's still getting his ass kicked by the Invisible Man. He can't see him, he can't sense him. They don't have that power yet. And they also bring Master Roshi, and so Krillin comes up with this idea where he's like, you stand here, here, and then he pulls Bulma's top off, and then the nosebleed from Master Roshi falls on the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
That's how they beat him.
I promise I'll explain everything in a second. Just stand right here, okay? And Master Roshi, if you could stand right over here for a second.
Yamcha is no king of dance, but any view is better than this.
Not from where I'm standing. All right, Master Roshi, please give me your undivided attention.
Yeah? Don't get pushy. This had better be good.
Now here they come. We're only gonna get one shot at this. Okay, now!
What is this? I'm completely covered.
Oh, yeah, like a target.
But I will say it is like one of the only wins that we get to see Yamcha have. Like one of the major wins that we get to see him have.
Up till this point.
I don't know about many after. Just preliminary rounds
Don't
in
you
the tournament
fucking
arcs.
say that.
But now we get to the mummy. And when this dude shows up, and he has the wrappings that he can use as weapons, and he just beats the fuck out of Yamcha, and then he has to fight Goku, and Goku shows up, and this just really shows how much stronger Goku is than the rest of the gang, because Goku shows up and like beats the hell out of the mummy dude. So now we're on to the next fighter, and this is the best part of the whole arc. Well, the mummy was cool. Everybody else before that was still kind of goofy, wasn't that serious, wasn't that, like, important. But this final masked fighter who has a halo over his head is the last person Goku needs to get through to get the knowledge of where the last ball is. And do you know who that fighter is?
Oh, wasn't it his grandfather?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Heartfelt moment that Goku hasn't seen his grandpa since his death.
Huh? Because as hard as it is to accept, it isn't our place. The living have no jurisdiction here. The man Goku is fighting, he's not of this world. As impossible as this may sound, that masked man is really Gohan, Goku's deceased grandfather.
Goku doesn't know this, but Goku is the one who killed his grandpa.
Yeah.
Because he became the ape.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know this. He just hasn't seen it. He woke up one day and his grandfather was crushed to death.
Oh.
So this is the first time he's seeing him since then. And he's been on this big adventure. On numerous adventures up until this point. But he doesn't know it's his grandpa Gohan yet. He's just fighting this masked fighter. And he's like, it's Master Roshi who's watching them fight. And Master Roshi's like, why do I know this fighting style? I know this fighting style. Doesn't it seem like Goku has almost the same fighting style? So now we've gone through a good chunk of the different arcs. A lot of the goofy arcs. Now we get like a 3-year time skip because basically Master Roshi was like, hey man, listen, I've taught you everything I know and like there's nothing I could give you anymore. I'm going to teach Yamcha and Krillin because they fucking blow, but I can't teach you anything. I need you to go out and train on your own. So Goku once again leaves for 3 years. And then reappears as the next World Martial Art Tournament happens. The 22nd World Martial Art Tournament. And this is one of my favorite arcs because Tien is one of my favorite characters. But a little bit in between these two arcs, while Goku's traveling the world and he's just kind of doing like it's a kind of filler, he runs into these two guys who are causing problems. Tien and Chaozu. Chaozu is like this little doll-looking thing. And
dude,
remember,
fuck Chaozu, dude.
And Tien is like his super tall, really powerful like buddy. And if I remember the episode clearly because it's called Ino Shikacho. But yeah, so let's get into the Tien Shinhan tournament arc.
Dude, this is when the show actually starts getting good. Everything before the show, caca booty. I'm just kidding. I was trying to troll Nick. Nah, but this is like really what got me hooked to the show. Because like again, like I was trying to get into the show. This wasn't really grabbing me. Maybe I should have watched it when I was like 10 or whatever. But like Nick said, we got introduced to Tien, and I didn't know it then, but he was going to become one of my favorite characters. I think he has the most character development.
100%, dude.
And at least in the first series. I'll find out and see what's good with that. But he really does. I thought it was cool that we saw Roshi's rival. What the hell was Tien's master's name? The Crane guy.
We're Master
the Crane
Shen.
School. We're the
Shen.
Crane.
Master Shen, who is also the brother of Tao Pai Pai.
That's right. I was like, the assassin has another relation to someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yep. Oh, and yeah, so he's double pissed because he found out that Goku killed him or like injured him or whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, it was just the tournament was way better. There was more stakes. Krillin and Yamcha were stronger. Goku fights Tien. That fight was really cool.
There's a lot of great fights.
That was dope.
This tournament. Some just to list off some of my favorites. Goku versus Krillin.
Yep,
was fantastic. Too beautifully animated, and you're just seeing and it was great because it was like Krillin actually like felt like he had a chance. You know what I mean? It was like they were best friends, equals, best friend rivals, and they had a great fight. And Krillin was brilliant. He was using tactics that were, he was like blinding Goku with the like sun. He distracted him, tried to grab his tail, but lo and behold, you find out that that's not Goku's weakness anymore. If we haven't mentioned, if you are a Dragon Ball fan, you know that Goku's tail was his weakness, and it's one thing. Master Roshi exploited it during the first martial arts tournament, and Grandpa Gohan used it in the little mini Fortune Teller Baba tournament where they both grabbed Goku's tail and they're like, hey man, listen, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't work on this, because all I have to do is yank this and then Goku becomes like paralyzed. And so he works on that. So when Krillin tries to do it, it doesn't work on him.
I did it! Sorry, Goku, but let's face it, your tail is your only weakness.
His weakness.
Looks like I win! I hope you're not mad at me, Goku. I did what I had to do, just like you.
Smart, Krillin. Not very nice, but smart.
Neat trick, huh? I knew the Kamehameha wave would distract you so I could sneak up from behind.
Tien and Yamcha just do not like each other. They also form quite a rivalry, and they have a beautiful fight too.
I will say, I think that's where I really like the shit talking. I feel like when Tien joins the fray is like where shit talking really is thrown around.
Yeah,
in the
dude,
show.
Especially Yamcha and Tien.
Yeah,
and I'll play a few clips of that, dude. But their shit talking to each other is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I don't think I could do what you do. Survive on blind luck? It's a shame you don't have any real skills of your own.
You're the lucky one, Bozo. You've only gotten this far because you haven't fought me yet.
Poor Yamcha. Only thing more pathetic than a loser is a loser who thinks he's born to win.
I like it. What was the name of the beam that Tien's school had?
So they do the Dodon Ray,
Mm-hmm.
but Tien can use the Tri-Beam. That's when he goes like this.
Yeah.
All right, listeners, it's Future Nick, and I think we're going to end the episode there for today. As per with our anime episodes, it's today's episode went a little bit long. So we're going to cut it here today and tune in after the New Year's for part 2 of our Dragon Ball review.